Welcome to the Art Gallery of Passport to Heaven, and I am your host, Gwen Phalo. This painting is the first of a series of paintings that I hope will minister to you as God used them to bring a deeper healing in my life. I'm hoping that if you've experienced trauma as a child, that you will see that God cares about that and he desires to heal you and to deliver you from shame or guilt and to bring forgiveness to those who might have been the perpetrators of that trauma. So this particular painting was basically a painting that was inspired from a stay at a chateau in the southern part of France. And I had taken a picture of a wing of this castle. And later, as I was painting it, someone said to me, "Why don't you put Jesus in front of it?" Well, that seemed like a really crazy idea, but the more I thought of it, I thought, why not? And that way, it would make it seem as if the message could be even more important than just looking at a painting of a castle. I could actually be saying, Jesus is for today. He is not just in the past. So this whole idea started me on a series of paintings where I took a certain Jesus in a certain classical painting and then put him in a modernized context to say, Jesus is alive today, and Jesus has something to say to each one of us today. Then I decided, after I found my Jesus, who was pointing towards a narrow door, that the verse that could really be behind this painting would be Matthew 7, verses 13 and 14, which says, "Enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is broad that leads to destruction, and many are those who enter by it. For the gate is small and the way is narrow that leads to life, and few are those who find it." So that was the basis of this painting in my original state of mind. And then one day in the year 2000, all of a sudden, this painting, along with all the other paintings, came alive. And what it was is that God permitted a vision type experience to take place. So actually each painting was speaking to me about something in my past. And so what I had originally thought when I took 3 of the 12 disciples that were in the original painting done by Masaccio, actually leaving them in pencil thinking, oh, well, we take their place, and so I'm not going to paint them in because we're the disciples of Jesus today. Actually, these were phantoms, 3, haunting me about something that happened in my past, and that Jesus wanted me to go through that narrow door in my own home, up the steps to this closed bedroom. Why? Because when I was a child of 7 or 8, a babysitter came into my room while I was sleeping and molested me. And that memory had been suppressed until I started to feel an amazing amount of demonic oppression over me. And the only way I felt I could get rid of this were to ask people to pray for me. And at one point, when I was being prayed for, an actual presence spoke through my mouth in a very low guttural voice and said the name molester. And at that second, I remembered this suppressed memory. And I cried 10 minutes and put a lid on it and said, I'm a Christian though, so I can forgive. But the Lord knew that as long as I had those 3 phantoms of those 3 times, I was not going to really forgive the depth I needed to forgive. If you don't allow yourself to feel the pain, you're not going to be able to forgive. And so the Lord was inviting me. And you know what? I allowed him to go back with me into my past, and he brought a deeper healing. I hope this will encourage you, if you've had trauma, to believe that Jesus wants to do the same thing for you. So stay with me as we go through the next paintings.